Why is the suicide rate so high? Earlier, I spoke with Pete Hegseth. He's a veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan. He's also the CEO of Concerned Veterans for America. Pete, delighted to have you here, but, you know, this is a troubling report. 22 veterans a day. Is this an unusually high number? Is it something that is off the charts for most post-war situations?
Well, it's a number that's too high. No one agrees that's a number that should be acceptable or allowable. But if you put it in context, historically, it is unfortunately not a high number. But even before 9/11, 20 veterans were taking their life per day in America. It dipped down actually to 19 in 2007. Now it's back up to 22. So again, still a high number. There's also this perception that it's Iraq and Afghanistan vets, but actually the average age of vets taking their life is 60 years old. So you've got a mixture of young guys and gals coming home, but also, you know, Vietnam veterans and others dealing with difficulties on the battlefield and unfortunately taking their own life. And there's more we can do and more we have to do about it.
I hear reports that some veterans come back from Afghanistan or from Iraq, and they're made to wait 100, something as 350 days before they can get the treatment that they need. This seems to me to be absolutely inexcusable. Why is it taking so long, and what will it take to get this country off its duff and meeting the needs of these veterans who ought to be getting the first fruits of the American economy, not the leftovers?
Absolutely. You know, vets come home and they're told to wait in line for their disability claims and the benefits they've earned on the battlefield. In fact, over the last 4 years, the disability claims backlog at the Department of Veterans Affairs has grown by 2,000%. Almost 900,000 vets are waiting on their claims at VA, some of which on average waiting almost 300 days, some in metropolitan areas waiting as long as 2 years for a response on their claims from these regional centers. Our group, Concerned Vets for America, has started an initiative called MillionVetBacklog.com and a petition which we're pushing hard to try to, you know, really get people to wake up to the fact that our vets shouldn't be waiting on a calcified bureaucracy that's stuck in the 20th century and doesn't even have claims, you know, on digits yet. It's the type of thing that needs to be fixed, and we're gonna stay on it.
Is the problem the budget, or is it the bureaucracy? What's really...
No, it's not the budget, Governor. It's their budget's increased by 40% since 2009. They've exempt from sequestration. And General Shinseki, now Secretary Shinseki himself admits this is not a funding problem. This is a bureaucracy that is unwilling to reform itself. A lot of career bureaucrats who might have the best of intentions, but the incentives don't force them to be customer service based. Instead, there's stacks of files on desks not being processed in a timely manner, and in the process, that's why it really is government bureaucracy at its worst manifestation.
You know, Pete, there's just no excuse for this. These are people who they didn't get to delay their deployment. They didn't get to delay when they were called into battle. They didn't get to delay when somebody was shooting at them. They had to be ready. And when they come back, it is absolutely inexcusable that they would be told to sit back and wait and come back in 100 or 200 or 600 days. They've done their duty to America, and by gosh, America ought to do its duty to these veterans and for these veterans. And I appreciate what your organization, Concerned Veterans for America, is doing. I hope you'll keep up the fight and tell us how we can help you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you. Pete Hegseth from Concerned Veterans for America.